Captain Crimson, Space Crusader.
There was less than a week left of the holidays, and the situation was 2 galaxies beyond urgent, because we still hadn't found a way of sending Captain Crimson back to the Galileo. Some holiday this had turned out to be. Not that I'd have missed it for all the stars in space. But at least one good thing had happened that week. Dad was finally back to normal. I know it sounds weird, but his writing problems had completely disappeared after his first date with Gina. Apparently the food was excellent, and Dad and Gina got on really well and had a fantastic time.
Oh!
Captain Crimson, on the other hand, was having an utterly miserable time.
I may as well face the fact that I'm stranded here.
Don't give up, Captain. We'll think of something, I know we will.
Yes, but when?
Then Wiz came up with an ace bonanza of a scheme to take the captain down to the local science museum to see whether that gave us any ideas. I suppose I should have known the outing would turn into the usual nightmare with knobs on.
That's strange. There's no reverse flangeoid.
You're not allowed to do that, Captain.
Of course I am. I'm Captain Crimson.
Captain!
Honestly, how are you supposed to get into high space overdrive without a reverse flangeoid?
Captain!
This rocket couldn't get me to the end of the road, let alone shoot me into hyperspace.
I must ask you to stop that, sir. It is forbidden to touch the exhibits.
Nonsense! I'm a fully qualified pilot, sanctioned by Starbase to fly into outer space.
A bit of a joker, are we, sir?
Well, I really think we should be going.
Very wise, madam.
But I haven't finished looking around.
I think you'll find you have.
Oh, is that the time already?
Come on, yeah. We told Dad that we'd be back for tea.
But...
Well, thank you so much. Most instructive. Oh, mustache. Fascinating exhibits. Goodbye.
And you should have seen the look on the waiter's face when this huge piece of dough flopped down on his head.
I bet it was a picture.
No. It was a pizza.
Oh, Jeff.
What? I thought it was rather a fine joke.
Oh, really? In what language?
Yo, kiddo! Hey, let's have some support down here. Your grandmother's giving me a hard time.
Hey, I'm your mother. It's part of my job.
Didn't you used to be Captain Crimson? So why are you hiding in a bedroom when there's work to be done? You're a space crusader with a ship to command and a crew who needs you. So pull yourself together, man, and let's see some action around here. Dear Short Stuff and Amy.
Jeff, the crumpets are burning.
Without a thought for his own safety, Captain Crimson leapt into action. Stand back, people, this could turn nasty. Commandeering an intergalactic flying saucer. The captain swept in close to the scene, reversed the magnetic flow with his utility piffer. Piff, piff, piff. And 1, 2...
3.
The planet was saved.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
No need for thanks, ma'am.
It's all in a day's work.
Dear Short Stuff and Amy, I've gone to the museum to see if there's a way of fixing that rocket so it could take me back to the Galileo. I need to be with my crew. I am their captain, and I miss their company. Please don't be angry with me for not seeing you before I left. It's for the best, and there's no easy way to say goodbye. Nobody ever looked after their friend better than you two. Hopefully by the time you read this, I'll be light years from here. But I'll always remember you. Just look up at the stars, and there I'll be. Health and happiness. Your grateful friend, Captain Crimson.
Wait till you see the sides of this eclair, Captain. It's a stonker. Captain?
Uh-oh. Look.
Short Stuff and Amy. I've gone to the... I don't believe it. He's going to try and steal that rocket.
What?
He'll get arrested.
He'll go to prison.
He'll be stuck on there for the rest of his life.
We'll have to go after him.
Well, I'll have to tell Dad.
Who's for another cuppa?
Dad! Dad!
Take cover, men. Sounds like a stampede.
Dad, something really terrible's happened. We'd have told you sooner, but you were all pickled up with your work, so we didn't. But Wiz knew, so it's not like nobody knew or anything.
Where's the captain's gone?
Gone? Gone where?
To steal a rocket from the museum.
I don't believe it.
He left a note and...
Hang on. Who's gone? What rocket? What are you talking about?
Captain Crimson's been here.
But he's always here.
No, in real life. He's been staying in the house.
What?
Let me explain.
Dad was brilliant. Once he got over the shock of finding out that one of his creations had come to life. Amy and I were all for rushing out after the captain, but Dad said he couldn't work out the best way to help him unless he knew more about how he got here in the first place. So I told him all about the ink spilling and how Captain Crimson had escaped down the black hole. It was after I'd finished that Gina came up with the most brilliant suggestion anyone's ever had in their whole life.
Why can't Captain Crimson go back the same way?
What?
Well, if Jeff drew another black hole in the comic strip, I don't see why Captain Crimson couldn't use it to get back to his ship.
But the first time it happened, Captain Crimson was near a black hole himself.
There's a black hole exhibition at the museum.
If we could get Captain Crimson into it while you wrote a never ending, we might be able to send him back again.
It's got to be worth a try. Wiz, you take Thomas and Amy back to the museum while Gina and I stay here and write the strip. Let's synchronise watches. We make it exactly 4:30. Now, the museum shuts at 5:30, which means you've only got 1 hour to find the captain and get him into position. This will only work if Captain Crimson's in the black hole at exactly 5:30, which is when I'll write his escape.
Come on, you two. Let's go.
Come on! Fire up, will you? Oh. Uh-oh.
That's funny. I could have sworn I heard something.
So what happens now?
Well, now we have to think about how we want the story to end and then work back from there.
Well, we know it has to end with Captain Crimson escaping through a black hole.
But we don't want him just disappearing down it. He could end up anywhere.
Well, we'll just have to make sure that the story ends with him being rescued in the black hole by the Galileo.
Which means we'll have to send the Galileo down the black hole too. I know! What if the story's about Captain Crimson being sucked into a black hole?
Sounds good.
Yeah, maybe Widget and the captain were outside the Galileo doing some routine inspection.
When the ship flew too close to a black hole and Captain Crimson disappeared down it.
Yes! I'll draw Widget with a scared look on his face and put something like, Widget had a terrible fright when he realised Captain Crimson had disappeared from sight.
He couldn't bear to think what might have happened to him.
Widget would say, Captain, speak to me. Are you all right?